Good morning everyone, I'm your mentor Devanshu and I welcome you all to the reports and indices session on EduTap. And guys, today the topic of the discussion is India Innovation Index 2020. So guys, today's topic of the discussion is India Innovation Index 2020, and if you are new to our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe it and press the bell icon to receive all the latest updates, and you can also join our Telegram channel in order to access the PDF of all the lectures. So guys, let's get started. So the India Innovation Index has been jointly launched by Niti Aayog and Institute for Competitiveness, and guys, this was the second edition of the index. And if we talk about the first edition of the index, it was launched in year 2019 by Niti Aayog. And guys, what was the aim of launching this India Innovation Index? With the launch of India Innovation Index, Niti Aayog aims to inculcate the culture of innovation among the Indian states and union territories in India. And guys, the India Innovation Index measures the innovative capabilities. It measures the innovative capabilities of the Indian states and union territories, and it also ranks the Indian states and union territories on the basis of some parameters, and it gives them some scores on a scale of 0 to 100, in which 0 shows the worst case scenario and the 100 shows the best case scenario. And guys, if a state score is nearby 0, then it is less innovative, and if a state score is nearby 100, then it is more innovative. So guys, let's get into the details of the ranking of the states, that how the different states have performed in the index. So guys, if we talk about the rankings, then the index classifies the Indian states among three main categories. Here the first category is the major states, the second category is the northeast and hill states, and the third category is the city and UT states. So guys, why this kind of classification is there? See, the index has classified the states in these three categories because the direct comparison of all the states and union territories was not advisable, as the geographical conditions of all the states and union territories are very different among each other. So that's why they opted for the relative comparison as compared to the direct comparison. So guys, if we talk about the major states, then Karnataka is the state which has topped the index with a score of 42.5. And guys, see, whenever you are covering the rankings, see, what you are required to cover is, first of all, you have to cover the top performer of the index, second thing is the worst performer of the index, and third one is the, which is very important from exam point of view, that is the India's rank. But guys, here we can see that it is the India based index, so that's why you have only to cover the top performer and the worst performer. Okay, and if you talk about the top performer, then Karnataka is the top performer of the index, and followed by Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Kerala. And guys, if we talk about the worst performer, then worst performer in this list is Bihar, which has scored just 14.48. So guys, if we talk about the next category, that is the northeast and hill states, we can directly see here that Himachal Pradesh is the state which has topped the index with a score of 25.06 in this particular category. And if we talk about the worst performer, then Meghalaya is the state which was the worst performer with a score of only 12.15. And guys, if we talk about the UT and city states, then we can see that Delhi is the one which has scored highest, thus that is the 46.6, and that is a topper. And if you talk about the worst performer among the UT and city states, then we can directly say that Lakshadweep is the one which has scored just 11.71. So guys, if we talk about the overall performer of the index among all the categories, then we can say Delhi is the overall topper. And if we talk about the worst performer, then Lakshadweep with the score of 11.71 is the worst performer of the index. So guys, this particularly shows that how much that each state and union territory requires to increase their innovation levels. So guys, if we talk about the parameters which have been used to measure the performance, to measure the innovation levels of these states and union territories, then index uses two dimensions. The first dimension is the enabler, and the second dimension is the performance. So guys, here enablers are the innovation inputs, while performances are the innovation outputs. Let's discuss them in detail. So guys, here if we see that enabler pillars, which are the innovation inputs, have 5 pillars under it. First one is the human capital. Here human capital, guys, it is the most significant factor when it comes to generating the innovative ideas, because without human capital there will be no innovative ideas. So for more and more innovative ideas, a state and union territory must have a large amount of research and development and higher technical institutions, where human capital can enhance their innovative capabilities and generate more and more innovative ideas. And if we talk about the investment, guys, here investment just reflects the expenditure of the state and government on the research and development and higher technical institutions. And if we talk about the knowledge workers, then guys, in order to strengthen the business activities and improve the efficiency, businesses generally employ high professionally skilled workers. And if we talk about the business environment, with the business environment, the index measures the friendliness of the environment in order to carry out the business activities in this particular union territory and states. And guys, this business environment pillar is being measured with the help of ease of doing business rankings, which is being released by World Bank. And guys, if we talk about the safety and legal environment, it measures the open and fair procedures launched by the government in order to regulate the market. So guys, wherever there is less burden on the business entities, then it will be more and more friendlier in order to conduct the business activities in the union territories and state. And guys, if we talk about the next dimension, that is the performance pillar, here we can see that knowledge output and knowledge diffusion are the two pillars under the performance pillars. And guys, these two pillars are the result of the enablers. See, when a state and union territory have a good amount of these enabler pillars, then what was the result? See, to measure the result, there is the performance pillar. And guys, if we talk about the knowledge output, it reflects the number of scientific and technical journals released by the particular state and union territory. So guys, it can also be measured with the help of the measuring the number of patents filed by the state. Okay, and if we talk about the knowledge diffusion, then guys, knowledge diffusion reflects the journey of the state and union territory from resource driven to innovation driven. So guys, here we have covered the second most important dimension. Now let us move on to the next dimension, that is the key findings of the index. And if we talk about the key findings of the index, that we can see that average score of Indian states in the India Innovation Index 2020 is 23.4. And guys, we all know that this score is based on a scale of 0 to 100, where 0 shows the worst case scenario and 100 shows the best case scenario. As we all know that 23.4 is more near to 100, that it shows that India's innovation level is not up to par, and it requires to improve its innovation levels at a very higher extent. And if we talk about the parameter wise findings, then guys, we can see that safety and legal environment is the pillar which has performed highest with a score of 60.3, followed by human capital with a score of 42.3. And guys, if we talk about the worst performer among the index, among all these pillars, then we can see that investment pillar is the pillar which has fared the lowest with a score of only 10.9. So guys, from here we can conclude this, that safety and legal environment is a pillar which mostly carries out India's innovative capabilities. So guys, let's move on to the next slide and see. Here I have a snippet directly taken from the index itself in order to clearly explain you what was the performance of the individual pillar and as well as the average Indian state score of Indian states. Okay, if we talk about the innovation, then we can here directly see that Indian states average score among innovation is 23.4. And if we talk about the enabler pillars, here we can see that safety and legal environment is the one which has performed the highest with a score of 60.3, followed by, guys, here it is 60.3, followed by human capital, followed by business environment, knowledge workers and investment. And guys, if we talk about the performance, then we can see here that knowledge output and knowledge diffusion both have fared less than 20, and it shows that there is a huge scope of improvement among the performance output as well. So guys, see, right now we have covered the 4 important dimensions of the report. First one was the releasing body, second one was the rankings, third one was the parameters used to measure the innovation levels of the states and union territories, and guys, fourth one is the key findings. So guys, all of them are very important from exam point of view. See, all the questions you will find will cater under these dimensions only, okay, whenever these questions are in the asked in the exam, okay. And if you talk about the next important dimension, that is the recommendations. So guys, see, the report also recommends some steps so that India can achieve higher innovation levels. And what are those steps? Here let us discuss. See, the report recommends India to invest more in the research. And why so? See, after investing more in the research, India will be able to improve its innovation levels. See, with the increased spending on research and development, the human capital will be able to enhance their innovation capabilities, and they will be able to generate more and more innovative ideas, and this will result in higher innovation levels of the whole nation. And guys, if we compare India's expenditure on the research and development, then we can see that India only spends 0.6 to 0.7% of its GDP on the research and development, while if we compare it with other countries, then we can see that Israel spends 4.3% of its GDP on the R&D activities, while South Korea spends 4.2%, the US spends for 2.8%, and China spends 2.1%. And guys, if we talk about the 0.6 to 0.7%, then this value is very much lower as compared to these countries. So that's why the report recommends India to invest more in the research. And guys, the second most important recommendation here is to establish a collaborative platform. See, after establishing a collaborative platform, it will link all the stakeholders of innovation. And what are those stakeholders? These are the innovators, researchers, investors, and from the industry. So guys, when they are together, they will together work towards the innovation levels, towards improving the innovation levels of the country. And after establishing this collaborative platform, it will also ease the process of technology transfer, and hence it will provide a platform for all the innovators to showcase their inventions. So guys, in this manner, India can improve its innovation level by following these paths, okay. So guys, from here, now we have discussed all the 5 dimensions of the report. Now this is a time that we will see that how much you have learned and how much you have acquired the key takeaways from the report, okay. And for that, I have a small MCQ series for all of you. But before starting this, I want to add here that we are also running GA series as well as ESI series, okay. So GA series will be taken by Ritika Rehal ma'am, and ESI series is being taken by the Gurkira sir. So guys, I want to add here that these series are very important from exam point of view, and it will also going to help you, and it will complement your preparation levels for the exam. So guys, now let's start the MCQ series, and the first question of the series is here on your screen. The first question states, Dash and the Institute for Competitiveness have jointly released the second edition of India Innovation Index. And guys, here the options are: option A is IRDAI, option B is NABARD, option C is RBI, option D is SEBI, and option E is Niti Aayog. So guys, here what you are required to tell me, you have to tell me here in the comment section below that the name of the body which has released the second edition of India Innovation Index along with the Institute for Competitiveness. And guys, here the right answer to the question is option E, that is Niti Aayog. So guys, this question is directly being taken from the first dimension of the index, that is the releasing body. So guys, let's move on to the next question, and next question is here on your screen. The next question states, what is the average score of Indian states in the recently released India Innovation Index 2020? And guys, the options are 78, 23.4, 31.4, 19.9, and 67.1. And guys, please answer the question in the comment section below. See, here you have to tell me the average score of Indian states in the India Innovation Index 2020, okay. And guys, here the right answer to the question is option number B, 23.4. See guys, this 23.4 is the value which shows us, which concludes that India have a lot of improvement, have a lot of scope of improvement when it comes to the innovation levels. Now let us move on to the next question of the day, and it is here on your screen. So the next question states, which one of the following states has topped the second edition of India Innovation Index in the category of major states? And guys, here the options are: option A is Karnataka, option B Punjab, option C Tamil Nadu, option D Kerala, and option E is Haryana. So guys, the right answer to the question is option A, that is Karnataka. So guys, once again, this question comes from the very important dimension, that is the top performer of the index. So guys, again and again you will find out the questions among these MCQ series, and as well as in the exam, that the questions are being asked on these 5 dimensions only, that is the releasing body, second one is the rankings, third one is the parameters used. Fourth one is the key findings, and fifth one is the recommendations. And guys, the recommendation part will help you in answering the descriptive questions. Okay, now let us move on to the next question. And guys, here we have a googly question. So guys, as we all know that cricketing season is going on, IPL is going on in India, and your favorite players are facing the toughest bowlers as well as the toughest batsmen. But for you to prepare for the exam, what you are gonna do is you must face the typical questions. So guys, for that I have a googly question which is not from this report, but it is from the other reports which have been released recently. So guys, now this question is here on your screen. According to the recently released LinkedIn Opportunity Index 2021, what percentage of professionals believe that gender equality has improved in India? So guys, let's see how many of you hit a cracking shot on this Google question, or you will lose your wicket. So the options to the questions are: option A is 66%, option B is 56%, option C is 46%, option D is 76%, and option E is 55%. So guys, here you have to tell me the percentage of professionals that believe that the gender equality has improved in India. And that, so as per the recently released LinkedIn Opportunity Index 2021. And guys, the right answer to the question is option A, that is 66%. So guys, now let us move on to the next question, and next question is directly from the report which I've discussed in this session. And the question is, which one of the following states has topped the second edition of the India Innovation Index in the category of Northeast and Hill State? And guys, the options are Assam, Manipur, Uttarakhand, Himachal Pradesh, and Nagaland. So guys, please answer the question in the comment section below. And guys, here you have to tell me the state which has topped the Northeast and Hill States list, okay, in the second edition of India Innovation Index. And guys, here the right answer to the question is option D, that is Himachal Pradesh. So guys, now let us move on to the next question, and it is here on your screen. So now this question states, which one of the following union territories has topped the second edition of India Innovation Index in the category of union territories and city states? And guys, the options are Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Chandigarh, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh. See guys, these kind of questions are always being asked in the exam, and you are required to cover these kind of informations on priority whenever you are covering the reports and indices. So guys, if you talk about the answer to this question, then we can see the right answer to the question is option C, that is Delhi. And guys, if you talk about the overall topper of the India Innovation Index 2020, then it is once again also Delhi. And if you talk about the worst performer, then guys, worst performer was Lakshadweep, because it fared lowest when it comes to the scores in the India Innovation Index 2020. So guys, now that was the end of this reports part. Now I have a homework question for all of you, which you are going to find out the answer to the question, and you have to answer the question in the comment section below, and I will be telling the right answer to the question in the next session. Okay, so the homework question is, which one of the following organizations has recently released the report with the title Making Peace with Nature? And guys, the options are: option is United Nations, option B is World Wildlife Fund, option C is Greenpeace International, option D is Amnesty International, and option E is Oxfam. And guys, this answer to this question will be revealed in the coming session. Okay, now let us move on to the googly question which was asked in the previous lecture. So guys, the question which was asked there on that day was, which one of the following organizations has recently released the first ever world report on hearing? And guys, the option are USAID, option B International Court of Justice, followed by UNESCO, World Health Organization, and Indian Council of Medical Research. And guys, the right answer to the question was World Health Organization. So guys, that was all from the today's session. Okay, if you still have any queries, you can drop us a mail at hello@edutap.co.in, and you can also call us at 814-620-7241. Guys, I hope that the session was very much useful and fruitful to all of you. Hope you must have enjoyed it. Please press the like button if you like it. And guys, that was all from today's session. So I will meet you in the next session. Till then, stay healthy, stay happy. Wish you all happy learning.